Hello children, today let's continue our lesson reflection of light with the laws of reflection. We have seen how a ray will be reflected. How could we see images? Now let's see laws of reflection. Is there any relationship between the direction of the incident ray and the direction of the reflected ray? Let's see. Let us do this activity 4. Take a sheet of blank paper, draw a line segment AC. Draw another straight line at a right angles, that is 90 degrees, to segment AC. The second line should intersect segment AC at a point B. We shall call this line as normal. You could see here in the image 4A how is it drawn. AC is the line horizontal drawn to that perpendicular line we have drawn to reach it at point B. Draw two lines from point B on the left side of the normal and two on the right side as shown in the figure 4B. The lines should be at angles of 30 degrees and 60 degrees respectively from the normal. Number these lines 1, 2, 3, 4 as shown in the figure 4B. Place a mirror strip vertically on segment AC with its reflecting surface facing the normal. See that the back of the mirror coincides with the segment AC. Take the mirror strip with a slit and let its light ray fall along the line 4. As you did in the earlier experiment, yes or no, we made sunlight to fall. Now this ray is the incident ray for the mirror. The angle between the normal and the incident ray is called the angle of incidence. Did the reflected ray fall on any of the lines you have drawn? If yes, on which line did it fall? You have to mention. Then we could see the reflected ray. The angle between the normal and the reflected ray is called angle of incidence. Adjust the mirror strip with the slit so that its light ray falls along line 3 and observe on which line the reflected ray falls. Adjust the mirror strip with the slit so that its light ray falls along normal. Then the angle of incidence is 0 degrees. The angle between normal and incident ray, that is also normal, here is 0 degrees only. What happens? Where did you find the reflected ray? Both on the same incident ray and reflected ray. So 90 degrees where it falls on the normal, that will be 0 only. Record your observations in table 1. Here incident ray on line 4. Angle of incidence, what was it? Reflected ray, where is it? Angle of reflection, where is it? On line 3 on normal. You have to do this, children. Try at home to do this activity to find out. Reflection of light, loss of reflection. The ray of light from the candle is reflected at the mirror and bounces off at the same angle as it comes to the mirror. Our eye does not know that the light has been reflected. Our eye sees the object in the mirror and feels that light is coming from that candle which seems to be behind the mirror. In this way we see an image of the candle. See here, children, image of the candle. How could we notice? Angle of incidence, angle of reflection. The angle between the normal and incident ray is called angle of incidence. Angle between normal and reflected ray is called as angle of reflection. You could see here. When the incident ray is at 10 degrees, the reflected ray is at 170 degrees. When incident ray is at 30 degrees, the reflected ray formed 150 degrees. When incident ray at 50 degrees, the reflected ray formed at 130 degrees. When the incident ray is at 70 degrees, the reflected ray is at 110 degrees. When the incident ray will be on the normal, the reflected ray also will be on the normal. The table or form you could fill using this diagram also. Once you try the activity and follow this. Now, construction of periscope. Before that, do you see any relationship between the angle of incidence and angle of reflection? State this relationship in the form of a rule and write the rule here. Let's we find out the rule. Let us verify. If the two incidence rays form angles of 20 degrees and 45 degrees respectively with the normal, what will be the angles formed by the reflected rays with the normal? When we add the angle of incidence and angle of reflection, it will be 180 degrees. So we could verify your answer by conducting an experiment here. Observe the diagram carefully. Figure 5. The ray of light from candle is reflected at the mirror and bounces off at the same angle as it comes to the mirror. Our eye does not know that the light has been reflected. Our eye sees the object, the candle in the mirror, and feels that light is coming from that candle, which seems to be behind the mirror. In this way, we see an image of the candle. We are able to see a person who is walking on the road through a window or a door. At the same time, that person can also see us. It is possible to see that person while hiding oneself. This is about loss of reflection. Making your own periscope. Let us do this activity 5. Collect the following materials to make your periscope: empty agarbatti box, 2 mirror strips, scale, pencil, blade, matchbox, candle, glue, etc. Close both ends of the agarbatti box. Draw squares at both ends. Draw the diagonal to these squares as shown in figure. Slit the diagonals with a blade. The slits should be equal to the length of the mirror strips. Fix the mirror strips in these slits as shown in figure 6b. Take care to see that these mirror strips lie parallel to each other with the reflecting surfaces facing each other. Fix the mirror strips firmly to the box with a few drops of molten wax from a burning candle. You can also use a glue or Fevicol instead of wax. See, reflection of light. How is a periscope arranged here? The mirror strips at the corners. In this way, we have to diagonal, we have to draw. We have to arrange the mirror strips parallel to each other. Then cut out 2 windows on the narrow sides of the box. The windows should open directly onto the reflecting surface of the mirror strips. The periscope is ready. You have to make 2 windows. This is why the periscope is ready. The mirrors in the periscope are kept parallel to each other because in a periscope the incident ray for the second mirror is the reflected ray of the first mirror. When these two mirrors are parallel to each other, only then the rays lie in the same plane and can pass through the windows of the periscope. Then we are able to see a person outside the room through the window while hiding oneself in the room with the help of a periscope. The incident ray reflected in the normal ray should be in same plane. Only then you can see your friend. See. First the light is falling onto the mirror. It is reflected. That reflected ray is acting like an angle of incidence to the second mirror. And that is helping us to identify the image, the object. The reflection of light, preparation of a periscope. Can you cut out 2 windows on the narrow sides of the box? We have seen that. When you look through window 2, you will be able to see things lying in front of window 1. If you hide behind a tree, you can easily see what is happening on the other side of the tree with your periscope. See, observe figure 6d. The girl is viewing objects outside the room through the window while hiding herself in the room with the help of a periscope. Why should we keep mirror strips parallel to each other in periscope? What happens if they are not parallel? Here already I said you the mirrors in the periscope are kept parallel to each other because in a periscope the incident ray for the second mirror is the reflected ray for the first mirror. When these two mirrors are parallel to each other, only then the rays lie in the same plane and can pass through the windows of the periscope. This is why the mirrors in the periscope must be parallel to each other. So this is about today's topic, children. Next topic we continue.